Hi there. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's yoga lunch break. Very happy that you were able to join us. Today's practice is focused on opening through the chest, mobilizing the shoulders, and bringing some relief to any tension in the neck. So we're really focusing on this upper part. There is a bonus section of some stretching for the legs, some hip opening, a little bit of twisting, because even though we're targeting this area and bringing relief here, it's all connected. And tension in the hips and the low back definitely migrates its way up the chain to causing problems in the shoulders and the neck. And we were probably sitting before this and going to sit more after this. So also sitting and doing a lot of neck and shoulder stuff feels sort of unsatisfying. So I do recommend a couple of props for today. If you have a cat to bask in the sun, that's definitely one thing. I have 2 yoga blocks to use during this lunge series that I mentioned to open through the hips. If you're really tight, something about 6 inches tall that you can use underneath your hands to help bring the ground a little closer can help you really access that stretch. So 2 yoga blocks or 2 sort of sturdy things. I have a yoga strap. If you don't have one of those, maybe grab a dog leash or a long scarf, even like a pair of stretchy pants will work. And then finally, if sitting on the floor is uncomfortable for you, I might recommend trying out sitting on a pillow. So if you'd like a thick and sturdy pillow or a thick blanket that you can fold, sometimes lifting up your hips helps relax through the hips. You can sit up a little taller. So I know that's a lot of things. If you have them nearby, grab them. If you don't, we'll still make it work. 2 blocks, a strap, maybe a pillow. We're going to get started with a little bit of calming breath work and see what level of relief we can achieve just with that. So I'm going to be seated in this chair for the first couple moments. You sit somewhere that's comfortable for you. Give yourself just a couple moments to get grounded, to adjust to being in a different space, different physical space, different mental space than you were before. Feel your feet. Feel your legs, your hips. Feel your stomach, your rib cage, noticing the heart space. Bring some awareness to your shoulders. Soften the skin of your hands. And then like someone was lifting you up from the crown of the head, can you lengthen your spine a little longer, bringing that brightness of energy to the spine. And let's take 3 big welcoming breaths together. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth, maybe audibly sighing. Good, again like that. Breathe in through the nose, expand and fill up. And a bigger breath out, starting to engage the core to force the air from the lungs. Last one like this. Breathe in really big. Breathe out, let go. Now we'll introduce a breath called square breath. It has 4 parts. We'll inhale for the count of 4. Hold the inhale for the count of 4. Exhale for the count of 4. And then hold at the bottom of the exhale for 4 before breathing in again. So I'll count through the first few rounds together, and then you can adjust the timing so that this feels good to you. So bring your hands somewhere comfortable, sit up tall, breathe in through your nose, inhale, 3, 2, 1, hold for 3, 2, 1, exhale, 3, 2, 1, hold your breath, 2, 1, inhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, soften, 2, 1, exhale, 3, 2, 1. I'll guide you through one more, hold, 2, 1, breathing in, 3, 2, 1, Holding and softening. 3, 2, 1. And release, exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath. 3, 2, 1. Then begin again. If this count is too fast or too slow for you, adjust to find something that lets you take full and slow breaths. This is a conscious relaxing of the nervous system. We're letting our bodies know that there is no threat. There is no action we need to jump and take. We can relax. We can let the guard down. We can breathe easy and soften. Couple more rounds. Can you make your shoulders a little softer with every exhale? And as you inhale each time, can you invite more space around your heart and in the back of your heart space? Take one more full, slow round, and we'll move on together. Beautiful job. You can blink your eyes open if they were closed. Let's start to stretch through the neck. Gently drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Breathing here, lengthening along the left side of the neck. Draw both shoulder blades gently together behind you and bring the shoulder heads back. So broad chest, really isolating the stretch to the neck here. Take another breath in. And a breath out. Good. Gently lift the head to center, and we'll take it over towards the left side, inviting that stretch to the side of the right side of the neck. Noticing any differences between the amount of tension being held on one side and then the other. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Gently bring your head to center, and now tuck your chin down towards your chest. So spine stays long, shoulders are still down and back. Opening up along the back of the neck. Take a breath in here. And a big breath out. Good. Lift your head back to center. Then keep lifting the chin, gazing straight up as much as is comfortable. Stretching through the front of the throat here. Lifting up, up, up through the crown of the head still. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Lower your head back to center. Nice job. Let's isolate the shoulders. Bring your fingertips to rest on your shoulder heads and then send your elbows straight forward. We're going to draw big circles with the elbows up and back and then down and around. And we're moving really slowly here. Moving slowly so you can notice the way, the mechanical way that both shoulders move, so you can appreciate any crunching, any popping you might be noticing, and also move slowly enough that you can tell where this range of motion feels limited to you. So moving slowly enough as we go back and around that you can go, oh, it's right there. And down. Good. One more circle going in this direction, and then we will switch. All right, beautiful job. We're taking those same slow circles, just moving in the opposite direction. Notice how it's different. It's the same movement, but not. Nice job. Keep the breath steady. Keep sitting up tall and proud. Notice any warming sensations through the core. It is hard to sit up straight. That's no lie. Take one more full round here. We're just warming up through the shoulders, introducing a full range of motion we maybe have been limiting so far today. Nice job, you're done. All right, if you're sitting in a chair, you can move it off to the side. The rest of this will be done on the mat. And next is shoulder flossing. So if you have your strap, your dog leash, your whatever it is that you are using here, here I am as a sunbeam again. You know, it is what it is. Find a comfortable way for you to sit and do this. I like to do hero's pose, which involves sitting back on the heels. If that's a lot for your knees, bring one of your blocks, maybe even two of them, to rest between your feet and your butt. It is a magical recipe for less pressure on the knees. Grab for a wide grip on your strap. Send your arms straight out in front of you. Spine is long, core is lightly engaged. As you inhale, lift your arms up and bring the arms back as far as they'll go. Maybe you have a lot of range of motion here and you're able to pop the chest open. Oof. Or maybe you're experiencing some tension here. You're hitting your stopping point. That is great. Go to your edge today. Take a couple breaths here. You're lifting up through the chest, manifesting space across the throat, across the collarbones. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring the arms forward and down, round through the top of the spine. Chin comes to chest. Keep tugging tight on your strap here to notice how the stretch can go across the tops of the shoulders into the traps. And now we'll invite a flow between these two shapes. So as you breathe in, you're lifting up to your edge, to your extended range of motion, wherever that is. And then as you exhale, you're following the breath forward, rounding through the spine. I'll give you about 5 breaths here to move. If it feels better to stay and rest with one place that's feeling especially tight, invitation to do exactly that. About 2 more rounds. I hope this is feeling really good for you. This always reminds me just how much tension we hold through the neck and the shoulders. 1 more round. All right, and when you have finished your last shoulder flossing moment, you could do that all day. You can set the strap off to the side. We are done using this for now. Excuse me, donkey, I need this notebook, sorry. All right, meet me in child's pose, please. So let your knees open as wide as feels comfortable. Relax your chest down, crawl your fingertips forward, and we're breathing into the upper back body here. So notice any tension you're feeling between your shoulder blades, around the tops of your shoulders, maybe the neck. And we'll take 4 breaths here, directing them to the upper back. So thinking about the rib cage expanding in all directions as you inhale. And feeling the body contract as you exhale, letting go. Good, 3 more of these breaths all on your own. Beautiful job. We'll find a little twist and lat stretch here. So keep the right fingertips long, slide the left palm back towards your left knee, and just right here, open yourself up into a little twist. So you're gazing up and to the left towards the left shoulder. Right hand, right palm is flat against the mat. You can intensify the stretch by pushing the right arm a little bit more down. Breathe in here. Breathe out, come back to your center, forehead rests on the mat. Let's find that little twist on the other side. Left arm is long, right palm slides down. Breathe in, gaze up and over the right shoulder. You might feel this along the side of your left arm, top of the left rib cage and the lats. Breathe in. Breathe out, come back to center. Fingertips are still out in front of you, but bring just the fingertips onto the mat. So instead of palms down on the earth, you're doing fingertips down on the earth. And from here, can you slide your shoulder blades down your back and push your fingertips into the ground. This is bringing just a little more shoulder opening to this shape. 2 breaths here. Good. Release your palms back down to the ground. Now clap your hands to touch. Push your elbows down into the mat and bring your fingertips overhead, finding this little reverse prayer shape, or Namaste shark fin is another one that I love. And this is more opening across the upper back and the lats. You can intensify the stretch by pushing the elbows down and dragging them back towards your knees. Breathing into your upper back here for 2 more breaths. Good. Bring your fingertips back to the earth and relax yourself all the way down onto your belly. So legs are going out long behind you. Slide your palms down towards your lowest ribs. And before we lift up, we're going to do some Cobra Pose here. I want you to zip your legs up behind you, push your toenails down into the floor, feel your legs activate, feel your glutes and your low core start to turn on. Relax your shoulders down your back. And as you breathe in, push your lower body down as your heart floats up. Keep breathing here. There is weight in your hands. Your palms are pushing down and then pulling back towards your hips. This helps to bring the heart open. Lift the top of your head up 1 inch higher so the back of the neck is long. Breathe in. And as you exhale, lower your nose down to kiss the mat. We'll do 3 of these now, matching breath to movement. Inhale, Cobra Pose. Lift your heart up. Push your legs down. Exhale, lower. Relax the shoulders. 2 more. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, lower. Good. Last one. Inhale, Cobra Pose. Peel your heart up. Exhale, lower down. Good. Find Sphinx pose. So elbows come directly under the shoulders. I'm sorry, you need to move straight my way. Okay. Elbows are directly under the shoulders. Legs are still out long behind you. You might bring your legs a little wider so there's more space for the low back. Palms press down into the mat. Fingers are wide. And this is a gentle, gentle opening through the heart. So think about hugging your shoulder blades together behind you. Push your elbows down, drag them back towards your hips. So that same activation we practiced in child's pose and in Cobra. And think about shining the heart forward like a little pinprick of light, ascending a beam forward. And if it feels good, you can move the neck around here. We're here for a couple breaths. See if you can relax your glutes. Relax your legs. You can relax your core here, letting the arms do the work and offering some opening across the chest. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Gently press yourself up to a seat on your bum. Send your legs out in front of you. Good. All right. So sitting on your bum, arms are going to come behind you to help prop you up. So don't let yourself kind of like shrug down. We're still practicing long, straight spine, alertness through the chest and the top of the head. Feet are at least hips width distance apart, maybe wider. You'll feel what feels good to you. Take a breath in, lift through the heart. As you exhale, drop your knees over towards the left and turn your head to gaze towards the right. Spend a few breaths here, noticing what's happening through the right hip. Seeing if you can use the breath to help soften, relieve any tension you're feeling. Breathing in. Breathing out. Ooh, knees come to center. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees off towards the right. Gaze straight to the left. A couple breaths here, bringing some internal rotation to the left hip. Practicing some new range of motion with the neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's find a little flow. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, knees to the left, look right. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the right, gaze left. Let's do one more round. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop your knees. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop your knees the other way. Good, come back to center. Nice job. Now we're gonna start doing some leg stretching, but I want you to, even as we move on here, remember to hold yourself up using your core and keep thinking about that long, straight spine with relaxed shoulders. So even though we're not like targeting the shoulders right now, you can still facilitate ease through those spaces. Bring the bottoms of your feet to touch, knees are open wide. This is butterfly stretch, you might remember from class, but there are gym class, but there are a lot of options. This is an uncomfortable way for you to be sitting. This is a great time to grab for your pillow, put it underneath your butt, just try it. It lifts your hips up, sometimes just a couple inches, but that can be enough that there's a little more space here. This is still really uncomfortable for the knees. Maybe you can bring your feet further away from your body. And now just see what space might be here through the low back, through the hips. You might kind of find a little forward fold sort of shape, noticing any sensation you're feeling. This will be really different for all of us depending on where you carry tension in the body. So some of us are like, yes, a great low back stretch. And some of us might be like, wow, my inner thighs really needed this stretch, who knew? And that's just fine. Couple more breaths here. Good, relax yourself up. If you were in any sort of a fold, we'll take two little twists in this shape. So bring the right arm to the inside of your right leg and find a little bit of leverage. We're gonna open into a twist up towards the left. So maybe this is elbow into the knee pit. Maybe this is just like arm against leg. There's no wrong way to do this. Just find a little bit of leverage so you can open up into this twist. Reach the left arm up, and a couple moments here opening through the left shoulder and chest. So finding these circles with the arm, letting this movement feel organic and natural in your body. I like to imagine I'm winding up for a slam dunk and then doing a slam dunk, but you will find what works for you. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, come back up to sit, and we'll find that on the other side. So pin your left arm somewhere against the left leg so you can find a little bit of leverage. Find a twist off towards the right side, bring the right arm up high. And then from here, a few breaths to explore and open. Good, one more breath here. And as you exhale, return everything to center and make your way onto all fours. We're going to close things out here with our kneeling lunge sequence. So if you have blocks nearby, grab for them. We're going to go from tabletop position, and we will bring in let's bring the left leg up first. So first, we're going to move between two shapes here, stretching through the front of the right hip and the back of the left leg. So to start, straighten the left leg any amount. Hips start to sink backwards. They do not need to come all the way down. Let yourself hover. This is a stretch for the back of the left leg. Point and flex your toes here. Send your toes from side to side. And as you breathe, notice the interconnectedness between the calf, the hamstring, and the low back. Noticing any sensations through both. Breathe in here. And as you exhale, walk your hands forward. You're finding a deeper lunge forward. So a deep lunge into the left knee as much as feels good. And this brings some opening to the front of the right hip. And from here, if you'd like to intensify a little bit, if you squeeze the right glute, the back glute, you'll notice it pulls a little tight, this hip flexor across the front of the hip. So you're here for a breath, just noticing what this feels like. And as you exhale, straightening the leg and coming back. Let's take 3 breaths here to move between the two. You're welcome to do breath to movement, flow, or just spending a little time tending to any tension you're noticing in either of these two shapes. Take one more full round of breath. Good. From this forward lunge position, bring both hands to your left thigh, walk yourself up, bring the left foot closer to your body so your knee is directly over your ankle. From here, left hand on left thigh, reach the right arm up, breathe in. And as you exhale, bend to your left. So you're bending towards the left knee. Push your right toes down into the ground. Gently activate your right glute and keep lifting up through the torso, then over. This is another stretch for the front of the right hip. Also a moment for some core engagement and control practice. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Good. Inhale, come back to center, lift both arms up. And as you exhale, reach left arm back and right arm forward. You're finding a big stretch here. So maybe a little crunchy through the spine, feels a little weird. It's all good, work with it. Gently hug your feet towards each other underneath you for more stability. Make your spine 1 inch longer and your wingspan 2 inches longer. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Inhale back to center, legs stay as they are. As you exhale, squeeze your right glute so your hips stay as they are and bring the right arm back. So a twist in the other direction, but keeping the hips stable. So starting to feel a little bit of heat through both legs, through the glutes. Inhale here and exhale. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, clasp your hands together behind you. This is the heart opening moment. If you want to take this into a really deep lunge, go for it. I'm not going to cue that because it might not feel good in everyone's bodies. But from here, squeeze your right glute. You're keeping your core and your pelvis in alignment here, and you're just lifting up through the heart. Take 2 breaths here. You're moving through the neck if that feels good. Inhale. And exhale, release the bind, bring your hands to the earth, and we're gonna switch out the legs. So coming back to a tabletop, and this time sending the right leg forward. So grab your blocks, gently straighten through the right leg. Spending a couple breaths here, checking in with what's happening on the right side, noticing maybe there's more tension. Maybe this side of your low back is sending you all sorts of sensitivity. Keep using your breath as a guide towards softening those tense places. Breathe in. And as you exhale, walking the hands forward, deepening this lunge as much as feels good. If this is tricky for your knee or not feeling good on your hips, back out of it till you find a place where it does feel good. We have a couple of breaths here. My hands are on blocks on the highest height because it's more comfortable that way. Gently firm the left glute, lift up through the heart. We're stretching through the front of the left hip flexors. You're here for another full breath in. And as you exhale, straighten the front leg. 3 breaths here to play with any movements between these 2 shapes, inviting a gentle opening to both hips. Nice job. Next time you're down in the deeper part of the lunge, right hand to right thigh, left hand on top of that, push yourself up tall. Shorten your stance so ankle is directly below the knee. Breathe in, lift both arms up. And as you exhale, right hand to right thigh, reaching the left arm up and then over, finding this big lengthening and opening through the left hip flexor. Find stability through your core and through your glutes to support this opening. And feel both of your feet pressing down into the earth, offering you even more stability. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right arm goes back, big twist, opening up towards the kneeling knee. Or I guess this is the lifted knee. Who knows? Think about lengthening your wingspan here. Can you pull your arms further apart from each other while lifting your head taller, growing in all directions? Breathe in. And as you breathe out, come back to center. Let's do one more twist. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left arm goes back, firming both glutes to keep the hips as they are. inviting activity to the legs. So pushing the feet down, hugging them towards each other, drawing energy up from the ground so you can expand and extend here. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, come back to center. Last one is the heart opener. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, clasp them behind you. Lift your heart up. Invitation to bring this lunge deep and forward again, but you don't need to. Last little moment here to check in with the neck, inviting a little more space. Breathe in. And then breathe out, release that grip of your hands. Bring your hands to the earth. Bring yourself back to a tabletop. That is the end of our practice today. I'm sorry that it's always so beautiful and sunny on Fridays and I become invisible in this spot. I always say I'll work on it, but this is like the place in my house I have available to do this. So I'm sorry. Let me know what you thought about today's class, other things you'd like to see. I'm working on a series of 10-minute long videos. I'm calling it Yoga for Busy People. And I got a request today to do a head, neck, and shoulders 10-minute version. So keep an eye out for that. I know this is something that affects all of us, this like tension in this area we hold so much here. So come back to this practice as often as you need to, especially that square breath at the beginning if you're feeling like tense and frazzled. And then just follow what feels good to your body. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week. Goodbye.